Hello adventurers! I wanted to make a short video looking at a new game, a new animal survival game that just popped up on Steam Early Access. Prehistoric Marine Monsters. A Belgian team has been working on it for just under a year, so it's still very early in development. But before we dive in, if you could smack those like and subscribe buttons like a fish flopping around on dry land, I would really appreciate it. It really helps a new channel like mine get found by the algorithm. And first up, we have the only mammal that's in the game so far, the Acrophysitor, I think is how you'd say that. Because I'll be honest, I've never heard of it before. And next up is everyone's favorite armored fish, the donkey. Followed by the famous movie star known as the Megalodon. I should add that the Megalodon is the only non-original model that they're using. Everything else is homemade and handcrafted. And finally we've got the reptiles, the largest group in the game. The first of which is the Itchy. The Itchy has two different skins, this kind of albino looking one, and also this darker kind of blue one. Then we've got the Leo, which also has a couple different skin colorations. Then everybody's favorite, the Mosa. And one of the aspects of this being an early release, a very early release game, is that some basic features are still a little bit lacking. Like, you can't actually spin the creature at whatever speed you want to. At least there's no way that I know of yet. So you just kind of gotta wait for it to do its spin if you want to see it from every angle. But small stuff like that they can add pretty easily. And then we've got the latest addition to the roster, the Tylo. They just put this in the game right before it hit early access. So that's what I'll be trying today. It's got a lot of the things that you might expect and that you're used to from other survival games of this type. Like, it has a hunger bar, and for an aquatic species, it has an oxygen bar. Now what's cool is the fish, the Megalodon and the donkey, they also have oxygen bars, but their oxygen bars are based on whether or not you're moving, just like sharks in the real world. So if you stop moving as a shark, as a Megalodon, you'll actually have your oxygen start to go down. So to get your oxygen up again, you have to start moving again. So that's pretty cool, that they still have the oxygen bar, it's just implemented different in a way that makes sense. I like it. And it has the handy dandy depth gauge off to the right there. And the game has 7 playable species now, but the devs have plans for upwards of 30, including semi-aquatics. I want to check out the Tylo's calls. First up we have the 1. Then we have the 2. Then we have the 3. And finally we have the 4. Ooh, I like that one. I'm gonna use that one a lot. And you may have noticed that my camera just did a very hard snap there. That's one of the side effects of the game being very early in development. The camera is kind of in a weird wonky position. So like right now I'm attacking, but you can't really tell because the camera is directly behind you. So that makes it a little bit difficult to target things and actually attack enemies in front of you, because you can't really see how close you are to them or anything like that. But still very early access, that is definitely something that they can change, so I'm not too worried about that. If you do want to watch yourself attacking something, the Alt button frees up your camera and lets you move it around independently, so you can kind of use that right now to see what you're attacking. The game also has a sonar button that you can use to track down AI. Right now there's not just random AI living in the world, but there are AI that appear when you get hungry, so you're not going to starve to death even if there's no other players on the server. And right now the game is using just a small testing map with a couple points of interest. including apparently some glowing mushrooms down in the depths that I haven't found yet. But one spot I have found are some ancient ruins. You can read all about the game's lore on their Steam page or on their Discord, which I will put a link to down in the description below. And I think that wraps up this quick look at Prehistoric Marine Monsters. So, thank you very much for watching the video all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. And, like I said before, if you could also slap the like and subscribe buttons, it's a huge help to a new small channel like mine. See you next time. Bye-bye.